You're going to hear a lot of commotion around because we're on vacation at Myrtle Beach. I got a room full of people, and as you can see at the window, it's raining. And when it rains, that's the perfect time for comics. So we ended up down at a local mall. They had a place called Player's Choice. The step kid got also security of the house. Ended up getting a PlayStation 5 that's used, and I got some comics. So we're going to look at them. Yeah, we're doing good here. All right. Oh, hey, John, what's up? Jumped right in there, didn't you? So, if you're not subscribed, that's thunder. You heard the thunder? That's awesome. It's a good storm. So, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. Thumb it up. Share it if you're watching in the future or now or whatever you want to do, right? So, all of these are dollar books except for the X Files Topps comic series from the 90s. Those were 25% off. They had tons of dollar boxes. They had a retro arcade with the authentic arcade games from the 80s. I shot a 2 minute video on the phone. I might load up showing you Dig Dug, Galaga, Return of the Jedi, just pinball machines. It was fantastic. Had a really good time, right? So anyway, first thing we have here is Wasteland #1. I enjoy this series very much from the 80s. Written by Del Close, John Ostrander. It's got art by David Lloyd. So basically, it is a horror anthology series they have, but it was all about phobias and fears from the inside. So I guess it's a bunch of mind games. So we got #1 there. Oh wow, do I need to mirror this? It's all right. I'll probably do it again also. And then we have like #11. I think there's only 18 of these, and I love when I find these, especially as cheap as they are. Now, this one I got for this particular issue because it cracked me up. This is from the 90s. This is Valiant. This is after Jim Shooter was gone. Dr. Mirage was a completely different book during the Silver and Bronze Age, I believe. So this is basically about a man who is more or less a ghost with powers and telekinesis, but he can't touch anyone or touch people, and this causes problems in his marriage, if you will. Okay. Oh, I loved Galaga as a kid. I did too, and we were having a fantastic time on our vacation. So in this one, it's all about domestic troubles. But don't worry, they figured out a thing to do, which I was working in a comic shop when this came out, I think, and it kind of cracked me up when I read it. So I figured, why not for $1? These books here, these are by Gene Colan because the story that I get from behind this is that Gene Colan's pencil artwork was so great and so tight and everything like that. Somebody said, "I hate inking these. I hate to ink these." That's how I read it here, and it's so funny because I just had #1 of the first um, miniseries that came out during the 80s. And this is when things like miniseries were still roughly new. So this is a whole Nathaniel Dusk, private investigator noir book, film noir like book, where it's just his straight pencils, no inks, and they color over it, and it looks beautiful. So after I read the first issue, finally, after I had it forever, I was like, I have to get these, and here they are. Some of these are for $1. The sequel here. Um, yeah, here's the second one. These covers are just fun. This is just a fun series if you're into film noir books about detectives and things like that. Oh my goodness, it's #3. Oh wait a minute, yeah, it's #3, the second one, and this is from the first miniseries. #3 from the first miniseries. Nathaniel Dusk, DC, when they were doing this. Now I got this because I am a huge Legion of Superheroes fan. Well, I want to check out Mirage. Check out an issue or two on the cheap to see if you like it. It's just that specific issue cracked me up when I read it back in the day, and it was there for $1. But anyway, where are you going? Oh, you don't like that much noise? I want to put you on. Okay. So this one, I actually got this. I had like I gave this series a chance. This is the three boot from 2005. This is the second thing ever Mark Waid wrote that I despised. First one was Superman Birthright, and then this series came out. And I think I gave it like 6 or 7 issues to make sure that I read it to give it a chance. They ended up making it Supergirl in the Legion of Superheroes, and then they brought in Jim Shooter, who I think did the last, I want to say 14, 16 issues of the series from the 30s up until the 50s, and he just sort of ignored everything it went about and just turned it back into the Legion of Superheroes. You know, it was just, that's what was so funny about it. And I always felt bad for Barry Kitson on this because he did all these great designs, and I feel like they were totally wasted on this, man. But this is Legion of Superheroes #1. I went back and forth. And I'm like, just get it so you can actually talk about it, have it be a conversation piece in your collection because they had tons of Legion and Legionnaires books from the late 90s, right? Oh, held for review. What's going on? I don't know what's going on here, but go ahead and keep commenting. Maybe let's see if we can show some of these. Okay. Anyway, it might be a bot. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I got this, and maybe I'll do a video because I've gotten back to doing proper videos where I just lay the comic out and kind of talk about it as I show you the pages. Very simple, very fun, very quick, and I can do this one also. But like I said, this is the 2005 Mark Waid Barry Kitson, the series that no one misses when it comes to the Legion. It's kind of let it go. Now I'll grab this one. It's for $1, and I have all of the James Robinson Justice League of America. James Robinson wrote Starman, my favorite series during the '90s. He dabbled in Hollywood, did a few screenplays like Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen, the movie, before he even read the series. You know, it was still Alan Moore's idea, and they kind of went with their version of it. He wrote an original movie called Comic Book Villains, where two people are fighting over a comic book collection, and very comic book like. But anyway, right before the DC 52, where they rebooted everything, he ended up doing his version of the Justice League of America. And this is issue 59, but it's a variant cover by David Mack. So it's a watercolor uh, variant edition of Jade and Obsidian, from Infinity Inc. fame of the 80s. Now, this was cool to find. I've been meaning to go ahead and sell my Age of Apocalypse from the 90s, big crossover, because I have all those issues that came out except for X-Men 1 through 3. So not only did they have an issue of X-Men, I believe Jeff Loeb wrote this, and this is #2, and it's also a newsstand edition, which really surprised me. So here's #2, so just 3 to go. Once I get the other 3 and read them, I'll probably be selling that entire crossover event. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we got some weird kind of. I don't know what's going on. Well, anyway, go ahead and keep commenting. I don't know what's going on with it. YouTube Live, who knows? Okay, and then this one right here, this is Alan Moore's Providence. This is #2, and this was 12 issues of a great series through, I think, Avatar, is who put this out. Remember, this is the portrait variant. There's 12 issues of this. Each issue had multiple covers, wraparound covers, art covers, things like that. But just get the trade, get the 12 issue trade. This is H.P. Lovecraft. Sort of a story during the 20s of during the 1920s of a man who's a reporter for a great paper on his way to go interview H.P. Lovecraft. Little does he know that he's fulfilling a spell in the Lovecraftian manner and stuff, right? Very cool stuff, right? And then you have this. This is Angel Love, right? So if you guys go back a few videos or live shows, you'll see it's videos. I got the best of the DC. Oh, what is it called? The experiments. The DC in the '80s. The experiments where Paul Levitz went in and you have this hardback book with essays in it, and they show entire issues of comics that were the experiments. And one of them in there was Angel Love. I remember I never saw an issue of Angel Love out in the wild. This is the second one. I decided to grab this. So yeah, there may be a video on this one after I read it. Not a lot to say, but it didn't last long. So you know anything about Angel Love, let me know. And then I'm very excited about these. I'm still completing this run. Should have picked it up during the 90s because it actually has aged well, better than the X Files themselves, especially when they brought back that 10th season about 9 years ago. But anyway, this is issue 8. These are really fantastic. Great art in them. X Files like stories that fit in there. They're in the 90s. Number 9, multi-part stories. I think Roy Thomas dabbled in these. Charles Adler, I think, who ended up drawing The Walking Dead for years, popped up on this. Yeah, but these are just fantastic. Number 10. Here's number 27. I think I need a lot in the 30s. This only ran for maybe, I don't know, 41 issues with 2 annuals. And number 20, 28. So take all that in. All right, guys, perfect. We end the video right when the rain is starting to let up. That was good timing. No, don't do it. All right, guys. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will catch you later. And thanks for popping in. Yeah, check me out on Instagram. Thumbs up the video, share it, like it in the future, and everything. So later, guys.